disability thing that everybody probably should have because it's really important, and I know some people think it's very expensive, but it's even more expensive if you don't have it and need it. Am I right?
It is, yeah. I mean, it's very important. I'm sure both you know somebody that's become disabled and haven't been able to work, and they lose their income, and it's devastating. But if you really think about it, it's not that expensive. If you look at it this way, imagine if you were offered a job for $100,000 a year. And if you became disabled, you got nothing. But would you take that same job if they gave you $97,000 a year? But if you became disabled, you'd get $60,000 a year to the age of 65. Which one would you take?
I see how you did that. That was pretty clever there.
Yeah,
You just took out the 3K, and you're like, that's really what you took off your income? But that's a good way to look at it, because legitimately that's what it takes.
Yeah, it costs a little bit of money, but if you ever need it, if you become sick or hurt and you can't work, it would replace, 60% of your income roughly.
And a lot of, well, like you said, as opposed to nothing and
Right.
completely change your lifestyle and living with your family.
Right, moving back in with your parents.
Yeah, who wants to do that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad, Mom. But in general, that's true.
Yeah, the reality, though, too, is people always think that because they're young and they're healthy, they're never going to be disabled. Sometimes you don't control that. It could be an accident. I mean, you could break both legs in a car accident. You could break both, and people say, oh, well, the other person's insurance is going to pay for that. Yeah, 4 years later.
Right.
What about the interim?
Yeah, things just happen. These are one of these things you should have, but you hope you never use.
Yeah.
Right? It's the last thing you want to use.
Yeah, it's also, by having Lou on our show multiple times talking about bankruptcy and why people file bankruptcy, the number one reason people file bankruptcy is for medical reasons.
Yeah.
Which means that, unfortunately, that's probably the number one reason everybody needs disability insurance.
Right. Yeah, statistically, years ago, there was a few years back where, and I think things have changed with the economy. The numbers may be different, but the number one foreclosure rate was due to, why most people filed for foreclosure, people lost their homes, was due to a disability.
No, disability,
I don't know if it's the same
medical.
today. I don't
It's
know.
exactly the same.
It's always regarding credit default of any kind. It's medically related in most cases, and we see credit reports all the time. They're always jacked up based on medical expenses that weren't paid, charged off, couldn't pay, whatever. So this is important stuff.
Right.
So you're mentioning that it's not incredible. I mean, mine wasn't that, and I'm getting my disability back, especially since I start riding my motorcycle again. But disability, there's a comfort to having it for you and a family. I mean, as soon as I'm in the mortgage, I'll be completely honest. A lot of people, I'm sure, because the economy slowed down, they dropped it.
Right.
Which made me very uncomfortable. Now that the economy's coming back for a lot of us, or we're feeling more comfortable about it, I think we all should really rethink that again. I know I am, because the comfortability of having disability insurance was amazing. And it was, I don't know, I'm throwing out a number, but it's $200-something a month to make sure that my family's protected in case I get hurt, not just motorcycling, but anything. I'm kind of a maniac that way. You see us at the gym.
Yeah, definitely.
Jumping 3 tires, things could happen.
Yeah, I know. When I finally got to jumping too, I was like, whoa, the only bad thing about this whole jumping tire thing is if I biff it, I'm really going to biff it, So.
Yeah.
So how can what are some of the things how do you address disability insurance with somebody? Based on their income, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's based on your income. You can roughly get approved for roughly 60 to 70% of your income. And really, disability insurance is you self-design your own plan. So you can buy benefits that you pick your waiting period, like a deductible, 30, 60, 90 days. You can make it 180 days. So that means if you become disabled, you have to be disabled 90 days before it starts paying. You also decide how long you want the disability for. Do you want it to pay for, if I become disabled, 3 years, 5 years, to the age of 65? So you design exactly how you want your policy to how long you'd want it to pay.
So there's short-term and long-term disability, so you can custom tailor what you're looking for.
You totally custom tailor. Maybe even though you qualify for 60 to 70% of your income, maybe you don't need that much. Maybe you have a nice nest egg where you say, you know what, I really only need, I'm making $100,000. I'd be happy if I got $2,500 a month. So you can design it exactly how you want it, make it affordable.
Gino and I are both going, no, we need full tilt. we need
I
the whole enchilada, no doubt about it. Scott, how can they get a hold of you?
I need my entire $1 every month.
They can call me anytime at my 818 number, 818-377-7270.
And good website and email.
Yeah, Scott at corpstrat.com or www.corpstrat.com.
All right, a great resource for you that you should really look into. What's cool is, Scott, and we'll touch on this in the next segment, you want to stick around for this because these things like a disability insurance can align with the right person. What I love is that you cover so many various areas of insurance that you can tie them all in, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so we're going to come back in just a couple minutes. We're going to close out our show today with some great information. I don't care who you are. You need insurance. You need to protect you and your family. It's not that expensive. It's a heck of a lot more expensive if you aren't protected. So let's make sure you are. Make sure you stay tuned to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220, KHES. We'll be right back.